Well, if you have kids, you probably consider yourself a pro at keeping the germs at bay. You send the kids to school with this hand sanitizer. It's pretty much a done deal.
Yeah, in fact, some schools recommend students carry sanitizers with them to promote healthy hand hygiene. But have you ever considered that the hand sanitizer attached to a backpack could actually pose quite a danger? Think about it. Some of that stuff is loaded with alcohol. Take a look at what can happen if the sanitizer happened to be ignited by a spark or flame. It takes mere moments for that backpack to go up in flames, but it's a simple solution. Just look at the label and find out if your hand sanitizer has any alcohol in it.
Yeah, unfortunately though, Sean, some kids are using that sanitizer to do much more than clean their hands. And what they might think may be a clever idea can actually cost them a whole lot more and land them in the emergency room.
Hand sanitizer is as common as soap and water for cleaning your hands these days. Unfortunately, some kids and teens are finding themselves in the hospital after drinking the stuff.
Poison Control Center, may I help you?
At this Poison Control Center, they've been dealing with kids getting drunk and sick off of sanitizers for a while. In fact, since January, they've had more than 150 such calls.
It's basically gelled alcohol, and gelled alcohol can be used like regular alcohol.
Alcohol making up as much as 62 to 70% of the sanitizer. Any kid looking for sanitizer doesn't have to go far. It's on grocery shelves.
But as a teenager, you got a little bit of pocket change, and it certainly is cheaper to buy that than to buy regular alcohol.
They put them in kid colors, you know, so the kids will like them, and that's kind of concerning because like a lot of them are going to the hospital drunk.
For some parents, this comes as a surprise they don't like, forcing them to take action.
I'm really shocked because we use it a lot, and a lot of the places kids play have it at their level so they can wash hands, and we're not going to be using those anymore.
Just to give you an idea of how much of a problem this has become, research from one poison center shows since 2010, poison control centers have reported a nearly 400% increase in calls involving kids younger than 12 ingesting hand sanitizer. A 400% increase. That's eye-opening.
Yeah, something good being used for bad, which happens, unfortunately. Well, something else that's getting into the hands of kids, e-cigarettes. In fact, some experts say it's becoming a gateway to traditional smoking. Now, across the U.S., e-cigarette use among kids is on the rise, which have health officials and parents talking about more regulation.
They're popular. You see somebody doing it, and it's like, oh, hey, that looks cool.
But high school graduate Jacqueline Brown says there isn't anything cool about smoking electronic cigarettes. She was a member of SWAT, Students Working Against Tobacco.
I think it's absolutely wrong because we know it's dangerous. It's been proven dangerous. So why would you even start someone towards something that could be preventable?
The e-cigarette here, and then we have the Formula Sour candy.
Adrian Rollins with the Department of Health says much like tobacco products, a lot of the marketing for e-cigarettes targets young people.
Things are pretty and flashy. We know that, with tobacco industry tactics in the past, they flavored things that kids would like.
With more high school students using e-cigarettes, many health officials fear this tobacco alternative will create a new generation of nicotine addicts and possibly future smokers.
Poison and drug information, can I help you?
Another trend health officials are seeing is a rise in the number of child poisonings from e-juice, the liquid put in an e-cigarette cartridge.
Go ahead and put a child-proof cap on it.
Laura Hill, who works at a vape store, says along with child-proof caps, they also label their products with a warning.
We do tell people to, treat this stuff just as you would treat like a household cleaning product when it comes to children.
But health officials say until the FDA regulates e-cigarettes, they fear the number of kids using them will continue to rise.
There's no regulation among manufacturing, marketing, distribution. All of these things really contribute to the youth having access and also being driven to use these products.
Currently, the FDA regulates tobacco products, but it has proposed extending its authority to e-cigarettes, hookah, and other products. And Lisa, I have seen it's becoming more common, these vape products.
Yeah, I see them a lot. Well, another reason to stop smoking, wrinkles, especially around the mouth. Coming up, we learn more about a wrinkle treatment some experts say really works. how a simple topical gel may help turn back the hands of time.
Another beauty concern for both men and women, thinning hair as we age. Later, we learn about a product that could help your hair appear fuller and healthier in a snap.
But first, we've teamed up with Sussex County Federal Credit Union to help you make better sense of your money. Here's Chris with this week's tip.
On behalf of Sussex County Federal Credit Union, I'm Chris Phillips with this week's Dollars and Cents tip. Whether you're buying a home, a car, or even applying for a credit card, lenders want to know that you have the ability to repay. Credit scores are one factor used to determine how much money you can borrow and at what interest rate. Most credit scores range from 300 to 850, and the higher the number, the better. There are typically 5 pieces of data that help determine your credit score. Payment history can account for up to 35% of your score, so be sure you pay your bills on time. Your outstanding amount of debt owed can account for up to 30% of your score, so you want to be sure to pay off balances each month if possible, and if not, make more than the minimum payment. Your length of credit history can account for up to 15% of your score, so if you don't have any credit, then consider opening a secured credit card at a lender like Sussex County Federal Credit Union and begin building a positive credit history. The types of credit you have in use can account for up to 10% of your score. For example, you may have a mixture of credit cards, installment loans, and mortgages. And finally, opening new credit can account for up to 10% of your score. Opening several accounts in a short period of time appears risky to lenders and should be avoided if possible. So remember these tips, and also remember to visit SussexCFCU.com, where you can click on the free credit report link to review a copy of your report and ensure that it's accurate. Together, we can achieve more.